and welcome to another episode of the Top Bin 90 Show. This is your host, Jorge Gonzalez. Our show, we talk everything soccer. We talk MLS. We talk European. We talk international. We talk everything soccer. Today, I've got the boys. I've got Andrew. I got Jonathan. My guys, how are you today?
Yes, sir. We're doing good. I'm doing good.
How we doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Perfect day today in Charlotte, North Carolina, right?
Yeah, man.
Weather outside.
Feels good to go outside right now.
Nice. To play some soccer?
Yes, sir.
Man, I can't. I tore my ACL and I'm almost there. So
Hopefully, man. Hopefully.
Yeah, everybody's been texting me like, "Yo, we need to go outside," and I was like, "Messi can't play."
It's just true.
Nah,
can't.
Speaking of goats, man, I want to start in La Liga, man. La Liga has been getting interesting for me, especially for Barcelona fans. You know, I was looking at the table today, and Atletico tied yesterday 2-2 to Celta.
Yeah, Celta, yep.
Yep. So they're at 51. Madrid won today, so they're at 46.
Yep.
And Barca are at 43 points. And
Barca game tomorrow, right?
Yeah, they got a game tomorrow. And that one's for the Copa del Rey, though.
Yeah.
But
Contra Sevilla, I believe.
yeah, Barca has been on form, and Griezmann and Messi have been on form.
Yeah, Griezmann in the Copa del Rey, man. He's been. I think he's probably the top scorer right now.
I think the key is
one of the top scorers.
Might be that one exceeding those expectations.
It was interesting because it was Granada that game. I thought it was gonna that mindset from the Spanish Super Cup.
I thought we were gonna lose, man.
Yeah, like that mindset from the Spanish Super Cup where like Athletic Bilbao tied it at the last second. And then they went down, but I mean, the team, it looks like it's doing a little bit of a mental switch.
Yeah, they are.
Because I mean, like they fought hard for that game, they won it. The team's been playing well. I think I was looking at Griezmann's stats in the last 10 or 11 games. He's had 7 goals and 6 assists.
That's correct.
Messi in his last 7 games has had 6 goals and 2 assists. I mean, Dembele's playing well. You know, Pedri, Busquets sometimes is still iffy.
Yeah,
but like, I think there's a lot of positive momentum for Barcelona. And you guys think that there's a real challenger for Atletico now? Can it be Real Madrid or Barca?
I honestly don't think so. I think Athletic has it this year. I think Barcelona and Real still have a lot to catch up with. I mean, don't get me wrong. Barcelona's in the great form. I know Real Madrid right now is in the bad form. But I think Atletico has it this year, to be honest with you.
I agree. I think Atletico will end up lifting the trophy at the end of the season. They have 2 games behind. They are up 6
Yeah.
Real Madrid, but with 2 games.
Yeah. If they win those 2 games,
or one of those games, I don't see them slipping. Don't get me wrong, where Suarez is right now on fire. He is clicking. He's saving that team. He's scoring.
I think he has like 16 goals. Right, he's the top scorer right now for the La Liga right now.
That's the guy that we had him for dead. That's the one that couldn't run, injured, and Barcelona didn't want him. And I know Simeone is happy to have him, but at the end, Atletico Madrid looks more complete as a team. Yeah. I don't see them slipping.
Yeah. My only thing with Atletico is they still have to play Barcelona and they still have to play Real Madrid. Which, I mean, I feel like Real Madrid always knows how to get the best out of Atletico.
Yeah, that's true.
Barca doesn't as much as Real. But I think those 2 key games can really open up the title race again.
I think the big game is going to come down between Real Madrid and Barcelona. Because that's where we're going to know who's definitely going to be second and who's going to be third.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because right now they're equal. Like, it's just, I think it's just with that game, we'll be able to, well, not with that game, because I know either or they can lose in other games, but if they keep it up, probably around spring when they meet up, that'll be a good matchup because we'll be able to see who's going to be second and who's going to be third.
It's coming up next month. I was checking out the schedule for all 3 of the teams, because right now you could say it's getting interested in La Liga, even though Atletico Madrid still has 2 games in hand. But comparing the schedules of Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, and Sevilla and Real Madrid, you can see Barcelona has a better schedule counting Copa del Rey, counting also Champions League, more games with easier teams, more games at home. Atletico Madrid has tougher games, and they have a Chelsea that they need to face. Even though Barcelona has a PSG,
But
Real Madrid has
I
more
disagree
away
with that though, because you guys are already out of La Copa del Rey, and we have more games
Yeah, but
than you guys
well, more
do.
games doesn't mean anything. These teams are built to play five.
A Real Madrid player, a Real Madrid fan would
But-
say that.
What Real Madrid is the case is they're playing smaller teams, which
Yeah.
that affects them more. They're playing, I believe, Cadiz again. I believe they barely won this weekend with the team Huesca, the team in last.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I
matter.
heard
They could play
2-1.
5 cups. It doesn't matter if you play 3 bottom teams. Real Madrid will struggle and probably drop points.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have a tougher schedule in Champions League. And we're the one.
But the thing is, look, the thing is, PSG is not just any team. Like, have you seen the front? You're talking about Neymar. You're talking about Mbappe. They made it to the final
Yeah,
last
that's why
year.
Barcelona will go out, but that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about Real Madrid facing Atalanta,
Yeah.
and Real Madrid having a tougher schedule where they have more away games, a tougher schedule where they're facing smaller teams, but they will drop more points most likely.
Yeah.
But also, I wouldn't count Sevilla
agree
and Real Sociedad.
No, and then the other thing is,
Tough
Chelsea
game.
is right now in a transition with a new coach. So Chelsea's really not on
If
top
you
there
look
right
at
now.
it from a neutral perspective, all 3 teams are still in the Champions League.
Yeah, that's true.
That
That's true.
affects all of them.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own battles to fight, and so I think from that standpoint, everybody's even. I still see the key being those key games between each other.
Yeah.
You're right. The Clásico will determine who can actually
Stay.
have a
Yeah.
shot of staying in the race with Atletico. But Atletico don't, to me, look like a good team, but like they still struggle to win.
Yeah.
So their wins aren't coming easy. Like they have to continue to fight for their wins, and I feel like Barcelona is picking up momentum right now, and I think that's important, especially for the latter end of the of La Liga.
I think what's really shifted Barcelona to keep that momentum has been Messi. At the beginning of the season, Messi was not focused because of the whole Bartomeu situation where he wanted to get out of the club because the directors of the club weren't doing a good job. But I think they interviewed him a couple months back, and he talked about how he wants to change that. He wanted to change the mentality where, he's going to focus solely on Barcelona trying to win trophies this year.
Yeah.
But I think I guess he's over the fact that he wanted to leave, because I know he didn't feel comfortable at the beginning of the season, and I feel like in a way, I mean, of course the coach has something to do with it too, but I feel like the mentality of Messi has changed completely compared to what the season when it
Definitely,
started.
the team looks more like
Yes,
a team now.
yes,
You know
it
what I'm
does,
saying?
it does,
Okay, like
it
Messi's
does.
the leader.
Yes.
But everybody's adding on. Even this weekend, like
Yes,
Trincao
he came in. You
comes
saw
down
how
with a
Messi
clutch
came
goal.
in, and literally 3 minutes later he made that goal.
Yeah.
So he's a game changer,
Yeah.
man. He's a game changer for Barcelona.
Which I think is another aspect. Like when the GOAT is on, like okay, like there's still a chance.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
there is. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I wanted to
There's
ask.
no chance on second ties, right? Ever with the GOAT, right? Only when you talk about the other GOAT. No, but talk about right on what he was saying. The confidence is going up on
Yes,
Barcelona
it
players.
is, it is.
And the external problems are, kind of like solved, or even though they're coming out.
I don't think they're
the
completely
balance
solved,
and,
but
like, the deficit of the
Yeah.
club, but they're kind of putting that to the side.
Yes,
and
yes,
focusing on the
exactly,
football
exactly,
and,
exactly, yeah.
what they can control inside.
Which happens like if Barca had a bad run recently, they would highlight that more. But it's very interesting, like depending on what's going on in the pitch determines what people are going to be talking about.
Right.
Because things are going positive, the negative is kind of like there, but like you're not noticing as much because Griezmann's playing well, Messi's playing
Yeah.
well.
they're all clicking together, man.
Yeah.
And I think that's the important thing, the chemistry they have now.
Over in Real Madrid's camp, like I think Zidane gets harshed really, really, really hard at Real Madrid. I mean, like the guy won La Liga last year, and people are saying, okay, like he's done. Okay, like they're having a
Switch.
yeah.
Trying to get
But
him
but you also okay, yeah, I agree to a certain degree, but look at what happened with Odegaard. He's a good player, man, and they loaned him off to Arsenal. Why? Because Zidane doesn't know how to use him. Yeah. Reguilón, where did he end up? Spurs. He went to Spurs. Great right back, man. Great right back. Bell, even though I understand the issue between the board of directors and him, but he's still, I mean, I'm not saying he's world class, but he's still a good player. If a good coach, yes, exactly. If there was a really good coach that could probably get the best out of him, he can become a world class player. So I just think that like Zidane hasn't really, they were talking about this the other day too. He doesn't like youth. Like, he doesn't really work around youth. It's mostly old players, and I feel like I think it's coming. It's kind of like Barcelona. They're coming to the end of an era where Isco, Marcelo, Modric, who else? Sergio Ramos, which I've heard today. They said, he's going to PSG. Yeah. So I think it's time for a shift for Real Madrid.
I definitely agree with that. What I don't agree with is that, like, people really want to write him off already, say, oh, we need a new coach. I'm like, bro, the guys won La Liga last season. Like, they haven't bought anybody in 3 transfer
Well, yeah,
windows.
That's true.
His biggest mistake to me is not learning how to incorporate the newer players.
Yes, I agree. Right? Yeah.
So he sticks with the same old guard, which, okay, that's where you can get criticized. But he's getting criticized to the point where I'm like, bro, like, give the man a shot. Like, look at all these issues going on, and he still he's still winning you guys titles.
Right. With Real Madrid, Zidane, there's days you want him out. You're like, why didn't he make a sub at 60 minutes, 75 minutes? Why did he loan this player out? And sometimes you're like, okay, then you find out, okay, he's good, he's the best because he won the La Liga, or you see him. Why he was right with Bale. We all think Bale still has it, but look at him. Why is he not playing in Spurs? Why is he every game he doesn't play? He doesn't get a single minute.
No, I agree. I think his form has gone bad.
Is he really that guy that we all think he was in the World Cup, or is he only at smaller teams? Because he wasn't at Bayern, he's not in Real Madrid. But then you look at maybe the young ones where they are shining, Hakimi and Reguilón. So you're like, okay, you could be using those players.
I mean, I'm just sad the fact that they're great players, man. Yeah. Like, great players. And Real Madrid, like, I believe Reguilón asked at the beginning of the season, he asked Zidane if he counted, if he wanted to be if he was going to be part of the team, and Zidane told him no.
At the moment, it seemed like a no. You have Carvajal, and then you have the other Spanish player, but then now you see him. Okay, now this is where you need him. So you never know what the future.
Yeah, I don't know.
It looked bad, but most people in the press, they want him out. Most
I want him out.
Want him out. The press. And that's the thing. Being at the toughest team, the best team in the world, the toughest crowd, the audience, you get.
The only team that moves stricter than Real Madrid is Chelsea.
Yeah. Because Chelsea fires their coaches all the time.
It used to be Real Madrid.
Yeah, I know.
I used to hate that. And those are my teams, and I know about it. Switching coaches after the season, maybe 2 or 3, or every season. But now Real Madrid have changed their mindset on buying the players and also with the coaches.
Okay, so question for you, Jorge. Since you're saying that give him a shot, so do you think he should continue next season?
Yes. I think so because, they haven't bought anybody in 3 windows. You can't ask a coach to keep reinventing the same players over and over again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that like I said, the biggest criticism I have is that the newer players that he has, the Jovics, the Odegaard, the Marianos, like, he doesn't utilize them well.
He's not changing formation.
Because what happened to Jovic? As soon as he went to Germany, he made what, 2-3 goals?
2 goals in the first game.
And I was like, why? Like, I saw the highlights. I'm like, why doesn't this kid play? Why wasn't he able to perform that way?
Well, let me tell you something.
And Real Madrid, in Spain.
Real Madrid, seeing them, studying them, watching them every day since I was a kid, you see players that don't work out for Real Madrid. You can't blame the coach.
Like Hazard?
Hazard, yeah.
Hazard, I think they should sell him.
Yeah. So look at Hazard. He was a world-class player, World Cup, Chelsea. the minute he touches a pitch in Real Madrid, out of weight.
I feel like it's the pressure, man. It's the pressure.
That's what I'm coming to. You know, the pressure. Playing at the best club, you know, you either perform and you get the results, or you are out the next day.
Yeah, I mean that's how big clubs
When
are.
I remember Ronaldo,
Yeah.
if he went 2 games without scoring, he will feel it. He will feel the pressure at Real Madrid. You know, they don't. It doesn't matter who you are.
They've booed. The
They
Bernabeu has
booed
booed Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
That's true.
You know,
It don't
we
matter
wanted
who you
Benzema
are.
Yeah.
for years out. We were like, why is he there? But now, the last couple of seasons, you're like, this is why he will be starting over so many players. Higuaín, Chicharito, Adebayor. This is why coaches never got rid of him. But you will see him miss and miss and miss, and Bernabeu will boo him. But Real Madrid is not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
There's pressure when you go. Many players have said it. They used to play for maybe City, Liverpool.
Great clubs, yeah.
Great clubs, and you'll see 2 cameras, you know, in the training session. But the minute you go to Valdebebas, you see Chinese press, Italian press, and it's like the whole training center, 3 floors with a lot of cameras on you and taking pictures. It's a different feeling. It's a different stadium, different club.
Yeah, different vibe, definitely. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because I feel like sometimes people are a little bit too harsh on Zidane, which I'm like, yeah, I get it, but I mean, like he has enough credit in the bank. Like if it was a Lampard, I would understand.
He has the background, the titles, and also.
I mean they are. I mean they've already said this is his last season. Like they're thinking of changing.
It'll
And
be interesting.
I mean, and I've also heard that they're gonna transition. Like they want to kick out most of the old players out.
Which I could see that happening, kind of like hey, like let's shift everything, kind of a new positive, you know.
I don't think they're gonna make a decision yet. Fiorentino likes Zidane a lot, but also Fiorentino knows the business.
Yeah, like
First-
he's gonna do that for like you
don't
can be
know.
friends with him, but when it comes down to like winning games, he's not gonna care. He's gonna put winning over your friendship.
And that's what's gonna determine how the season ends. And if Real Madrid goes deep in the Champions League this year, unlike last season where they fell short a little bit, and the last 2 seasons with Ajax and City, if they happen to go to the semifinals, I think Zidane stays, and they're like, okay, we can build from this. You know, he can get the results.
Yeah.
And watch Real Madrid against Barcelona in a month. You know when Real Madrid is under pressure on the.
That's what annoys me the most.
They come out.
I know. I hate that too. No
there's
lie.
like
I
them.
hate that too.
Somehow they know how to play well
Yeah,
against big
yeah.
teams, and then you watch them against Levante or Granada.
I
It's
still,
been like that for years,
still
for
look.
years.
I still think that. I personally think that Barcelona and Real Madrid aren't gonna make it far. Like, don't get me wrong, they have a shot, but I don't think they're gonna make it far in the Champions League
Both of them
because
won't win trophies.
they're great teams in the
I can
Champions
see
League.
Barca upsetting PSG.
No,
I can see that.
Barca won't get far Champions League again. They'll fall.
I don't know. I can't.
They're
I
second
I
in La
honestly
Liga.
think. I honestly think PSG.
Not even a Copa del Rey. I'm sorry, Messi. That's your last chance, Copa del Rey, but you won't get anything. Both teams will be, trophyless.
I hope you
Nah,
bite.
They'll get at least a Copa del Rey. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I
they'll
think
get
at
Copa
least
del Rey.
that, man.
We'll see
Yeah.
about that.
Nice.
At least, would you be happy with Copa del Rey?
No.
Would you be happy with just a
No,
Copa del Rey?
I prefer La Liga to be
Isn't
honest.
that crazy that like before, but like even like this weekend he rested players to get ready for this game semifinal of Copa del Rey. I mean, Messi didn't start. Pedri didn't start. And
We
I'm
got-
like,
we
we're
Ronald-
resting players for the Copa del
Yeah.
Rey. That used to be the least important
Yeah.
tournament,
Yeah.
and now we're like,
And
okay,
now it's like,
we need to put something in
Time
the bag.
to change.
yeah,
It
yeah,
has to change, man.
yeah.
Times are changing, man. Cool. Awesome. Let's move on then. I want to touch a little bit about the Premier League. I want to pose a question to you guys about 2 certain players, and both of these players are Portuguese. So I want to know who has been the best Portuguese player this season in the Premier League. Is it Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United? I mean, he if you take a look at his record, he's got 13 goals this season, 9 assists. I mean, for a midfielder, that's wild. I mean, he's up there in terms of being one of the top scorers of the season. Man United have been in and around the title because of him. And another thing that he brings is the leadership. Like, he's always yelling at players. He's always telling people to move around. Like, that's the kind of player that you need, right? The other player I wanted to touch on is Ruben Diaz. I mean, he has honestly had pretty much the same impact that Van Dijk had at Liverpool. Because last year, City, after they lost Laporte, was atrocious. This season, I mean, they've kept 13 clean sheets. They have the best defense in the league. They've only let 14 goals in. He's a really, really commanding defender. I mean, like, if you watch the Liverpool-Man City game, unfortunately, he would, like...
Liverpool lost.
He made a mistake, but he was still one of the best players out there. And even, like, I don't know if you saw when, like, he was pulling Zinchenko's head, like, moving him over.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was hilarious. But I'm like, that guy has had that same impact, and that's why City are leading the Prem right now. And, like, it's pretty much theirs to win it this season. So I wanted to ask you guys, which Portuguese player has had a better season?
Personally, I like Bruno Fernandes.
It's not about what you like, bro. I'm just kidding.
But I like it, bro. No, I'm playing. But yeah. So I think he's doing for me, Bruno Fernandes is doing a great season with Man U. I think he has that. He basically controls the front. You know, he gives great passes. You know, he makes goals. He makes assists. So personally, I like. Yeah, I like. You said what?
Fernandes.
Penalties.
Yeah, well, yeah, too. But I like personally. I like Bruno Fernandes more.
I go with Bruno Fernandes as well. I'm a fan of him. He scored an amazing goal this weekend. You know, that guy. Since he has come to Manchester United in a year, he's changed
that. Yeah, he's changed that team in a way.
Yeah,
he's changed them. I remember Manchester United last season. They were not in a good place. Earlier this season, they were not in a good place. But Bruno Fernandes has been a leader in that squad. He's brought the youngsters up, and you know.
I mean, you have to think about last season. Man U was in a bad place mid-season, and as soon as they buy this guy, this team went up, man.
Well, so was Man City. I mean, Liverpool ran away with it. I think, like, in terms of, I get it. I would say that a better player is Bruno Fernandes, and they've both had an amazing impact this season.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I think because City look well on their way to winning the league, and I mean, it was such a big improvement in an area where, like, Manchester City's not known for having a great defense.
No,
they're not known.
No.
I mean, 13 clean sheets.
It's mostly the front three that they're known for,
right? And even like this season,
or
like
the mid.
Aguero's been injured. Kevin De Bruyne wasn't there for. Liverpool had a lot of injuries as well. Don't get me wrong, but City also had key injuries so far, and like they're still winning and they're still doing really good, and a lot of it has to do with that great defensive structure. Like if you watch the Liverpool City game, like for a period of time, it was very difficult for Thiago or Wijnaldum or anyone trying to penetrate that defense. I'm like, man, look at those lines. They're like, it's just a very. It's interesting to me because it's a Pep Guardiola team. Like Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, because he's mostly
attack.
More attack, never defense. Yeah. Like if you most of Guardiola's teams have always liked that defense. Yeah. It's mostly just attack. So I mean, I agree. I see your point of view. Because you know Guardiola, his style is attack. It's not really defense. So for this season, for them to improve, I think that, I mean, that shows that they're working on the defense a lot. You know, trying to make it better.
Yeah, the guy in City, he's very important to that team. He's brought them up. You can tell, but if you take him out of the defense, City will still be City. City will still be in first place because City is playing amazing.
I mean, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong. He has had a big impact, but I think. I mean, dude, Man City has players where to choose. You feel me?
Well, they did also last season, man, and last season they didn't do so hot.
Well,
and one of the biggest reasons was the defense. I mean, Wolves killed them on the counter last season. A lot of teams killed them on the counter.
I know. They were criticized a lot last season.
Liverpool had a perfect season. You know, to win the Premier League, you almost have to have a perfect season, just like City had it 2 years ago.
Back,
Liverpool last year, but Joao Cancelo is another guy that is being consistent in that lineup now. Last
John
season
Stones
he was.
But he wasn't though. Well. He wasn't. Like when they bought Cancelo.
But now he's being consistent, so he's very bringing that. He's shutting down that whoever's playing that side. He's shutting them down, and when he's going up, he is putting assists. He's putting nice crosses in, and that's another.
Is Fernandinho still playing as a defender?
The bench. He's a midfielder, but
even
bench.
Emerick Laporte, who was the key player that they lost, he's not getting in the team now.
And also Walker, he's not playing anymore. He's older. He still has amazing pace getting back, but now we have a different defender as well, a younger guy, Kevin De Bruyne's little brother. But City and their offense is clicking. That's last season they probably had like a hangover from the previous season where they had won it. They slacked some games. They lost around December. That Liverpool.
You know what I love about this year though? It's tight in a lot of leagues.
It is tight, but I feel like now City's starting to run away.
Yeah,
Now
they got 2 games in hand or 1 game in hand, and I think United is 4 or 5 points behind them.
Game now,
and I'm like, okay, like now it's City's to lose.
Yeah, but I just find that interesting that in a lot of leagues, it's, for example, League One, it's tight there too. A lot of leagues are just overall they're really tight within the team.
So that's where you see Bruno Fernandes coming back to the question. If you take out Bruno Fernandes, a year ago, it's not the same Manchester United.
I agree. I agree.
He pushes Rashford and
I mean, Pogba has gotten a little bit better, but still. Yeah, he's still not the same player as he used to be.
Both of them are amazing players. Both of them are important to their teams. But at the end of the day, Bruno Fernandes
I think has a better
best
impact.
Portuguese currently in Premier League, I would say.
I see what you guys are saying. Okay, cool. Last question then would be, Liverpool went from title contenders to now just the top 4 team, it seems like. Chelsea are on the up with Tuchel on. I mean, he hasn't lost a game. They're getting W's. And now they're 1 point behind Liverpool. Can Chelsea end in the top 4 this season?
I think they can if they keep like you saying, if they keep that form. I think they can. I think they have a good shot of making it the top 4. It's just that consistency that they have to have. I think most teams that's what a lot of teams lack. Consistency. Last year, Leicester was in 2nd place, I believe, and what happened at the end? They came down to 4th. Yeah. So it just comes down to consistency with them.
Hopefully they finish top 4, and I predicted them. They were in my top 4 along with Liverpool, City, and I believe I said Leicester City earlier.
My question to you is, why do you think Liverpool? Do you think it's the defense that's why maybe that's...
It's just a little bit of everything. I mean, with Van Dijk, you don't only lose the defensive player, you lose somebody who's great at set pieces. You lose the confidence for Trent and Robbo to go up because the quality of defenders aren't as great. And you also lose a lot on the midfield by not having Henderson there and Fabinho. Fabinho at the 6 is better than any other player Liverpool has.
Yeah.
He's a great defender as well, but to me,
his thing is midfield.
6,
yeah.
I have a question and comment about Liverpool's lineup. We can do that after the show.
Ask it now.
No, maybe I'll give you my thought. I don't think Thiago should start in Liverpool. I don't think
I've heard he's been criticized a lot.
He's an amazing player, but he's killing.
He's been criticized,
and he's not. You can see him in camera. He's doing amazing work. He touches the ball. He does slide tackle. He's fighting for the ball. Yeah. But you should have Milner there or somebody else.
The problem is that the style that Liverpool plays versus the style that Thiago has is different, and that's where Klopp has to figure out how to maximize and make both of those.
He shouldn't be winning the balls. He should be the one giving the last touch to Firmino.
So even if they change the formation to like a 4-2-3-1, maybe he would thrive more.
I believe that's what they need. That's where if you want him to be starter, that's what he needs to be playing.
But imagine if we had that 4-2-3-1, Fabinho's at center back. Henderson is the players that would be in that position. Can't even be there right now.
That means you can't have what you want because you don't have center backs.
Yeah.
And you guys did go out and bought somebody, but it's not there yet. Yeah. And maybe it's not this is not the season to win. Yeah. Maybe.
So it'll be interesting once the team is fully fit. And I mean, with Liverpool, to me, the fact that they went this far to be in the title race with so many problems, that to me is commendable.
Yeah,
because the City folded after they let Laporte Laporte got injured the year prior.
last season, yeah.
Okay,
Or the year.
It was Matip, it was Van Dijk, it was Gomez, it was Jota, Salah, Alisson in and out. I'm like, bro, like
That-
COVID this,
Yeah.
you know? And I'm like, for them to even still be in and around it, like that's really amazing because you lost 5 or 6 key players, you know?
It's amazing to see them. You know, it's
Yeah.
just that they have
Yeah.
depth in the squad and they have amazing players.
Yeah.
Mane is still there, Firmino
Yeah.
still there, Salah, like you said, in and out. But they're guys that produce still, and Salah still producing more than 20 goals a season.
Bro, yeah, he's leading
amazing.
top scorer right now.
You still have the
You
offense.
know he wants to leave.
Yeah,
He wants to leave.
he may want to leave, but it looks like if he does, we'll get Mbappe, so that'll be nice.
No.
Which is funny because somebody named Mbappe 206 is on the live. So.
And he probably knows that
No,
Mbappe's
but
going to Real
you
Madrid.
know they actually said today that they want to get Mbappe or Haaland, depending on Messi's future.
They want to get both
so
Real Madrid
if
players.
Messi,
They have Real Madrid
if
players.
Messi ends up going,
Messi, Real Madrid haven't bought anybody, and there's no.
And
Yeah.
you know what that means, right?
that they're
Something's
gonna buy
coming this
somebody
summer,
Amazing.
and it's Mbappe or Haaland. Which I prefer, Neymar out of them three, because we need somebody that can produce goals.
nah, son, you need Mbappe. That's what you need. You guys need a
Mbappe's more
superstar.
long-
What's the
term.
difference between
Yeah.
Mbappe and Neymar?
The age.
Yeah, the
They'll get more
age.
out of,
Yeah,
Mbappe.
But does Real Madrid care about age?
yeah.
No.
From what it
That's
looks like,
true.
it.
Real Madrid does not care about.
Who would
age.
have
Real
more
Madrid
of an
cares
impact?
about right now? Neymar.
Why Neymar would have more than impact than Mbappe?
Because
I don't
Neymar
think
can
so.
create his own,
I don't
and
think
he
so.
and I mean, both of them can create his own, but he lost Santiago Bernabeu. He's been under pressure. He's been there, and he knows more the Brazilian players. He has friends there. I just feel him fitting more.
Okay,
into-
but the problem with Neymar, okay, if he really hasn't been able to do anything at PSG, and now keep in mind this. La Ligue 1 is nothing compared to the Premier League, nothing compared to La Liga. You can never compare the French league
So you're saying Neymar
compared to
hasn't done anything
compared
in
to
French
the
league?
Spanish, the English league. Like,
besides,
You can
besides
No,
killing
no,
the
you
whole
can't.
league?
You
compare
cannot-
more to-
Neymar
to
already-
La Liga, you can't compare it to the Premier
Neymar
League.
won the Champions League.
yeah,
with Barcelona.
pero
He knows La
but
Liga already.
but at the same time,
That's a good point.
La
That's a
Liga
very good
is
point.
still on top.
And you're
And I
saying-
think Neymar, one of the best things about Neymar is that he doesn't fold under pressure. I mean, which World Cup was in Brazil? 2010, right? Or
14.
2014. He was the main guy, and he was still young, and he thrived on that role until he got injured.
Copa America.
You know,
as
Copa
well.
America, the PSG remontada that Barca. he led
2015, he was probably the best guy in Barcelona.
I don't know.
I see what you're
I
saying.
Well,
Like,
at the end of
yeah.
the
I
day,
prefer
Real Madrid will
Mbappe
get
for
Mbappe,
Madrid.
because of Zidane will ask for Mbappe being French. That's why.
Yeah.
And at some point, we're gonna get Haaland because we know he's a killer at some point in his career.
Don't say that because Barcelona are also after him.
Barcelona wants everybody that has a striker and who wants to score, but they cannot
This guy.
afford him. Lautaro
This
Martinez.
guy.
No, I mean, like you bring up a good point. Like I'm interested to see what both Real Madrid and Barcelona do
yeah.
in the summer.
Yeah.
Because they've been losing money left and right. You know.
That's what my other team did. They didn't buy players. One, because they couldn't do it. You know, they were banned from UEFA. Chelsea, they went this summer and bought everybody, and that's one of the reasons why with Lampard, they were so inconsistent, because there were
There's too many players.
so many players. And you can see the new coach. He's playing the same guys. He's worked with Pulisic before, and he's playing Hudson-Odoi. Did you ever see Hudson-Odoi playing under Lampard? No.
No, he had to earn
And
that spot.
And that's what this guy is doing. Well, I still need to see more for them to finish top 4, because they only have played 3 games. The first one was a tie. The next 2 they won. They beat Sheffield.
So they really haven't played.
They haven't really played
tough.
anybody. So I need to see more.
But they did play
where
Tottenham, but
he's
Tottenham's
playing
on the
same
down.
guys, and I like that. You know, keep the same squad. It doesn't matter who you have. It can be Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi over your new guy from Ajax, but keep it the same squad. Make a new type of football and win those big games, because in Premier League you need to win the big games, and that's hopefully they finish top 4.
Nice. Well, cool. This concludes another episode of the Top Bin 90 Show. Boys, thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.